Hello everyone and welcome. In this video, we're going to continue coding our task manager in Python. So what we've done so far is we've created functions that allow us to add, remove, and edit tasks, as well as auxiliary functions that allow us to display the tasks to the user and also ask for a new operation to perform so that the program runs continuously. In this video, we're going to learn how to validate user input, as well as allow the user to add descriptions to the tasks and edit those descriptions. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you is I'm actually going to pull this up and I'm going to go over this. So I'm going to say study here. Let's remove a task. Now, if I say the number of a task I want to remove that is not valid, so if I say 100, for example, this is going to throw an error. It's going to say list index out of range, right? Because 100 isn't a valid input for this quest. 100 is not going to be a valid index of the all tasks list. And another problem that we're going to get here is, let me just go over this again. If I try to remove a task and I input, for example, hello, this is not even convertible into an integer. And so this is going to give me another error, which is going to say invalid literal for int with base 10. It means that hello cannot be converted to an integer and therefore is not going to be a valid task number. And these problems are going to occur both on the remove and the edit tasks function, because in both of them, I'm asking the user for the task number that they want to remove or edit, right? So I'm going to create a function here, which is going to validate this input for us. So let me scroll down here and let me create here a section called operations, just so that I can have everything tidied up. And here in the auxiliary function section, I'm going to create a function which is going to validate the task number. So let me say def valid task number, like so. And this is going to take in the all tasks list, as well as a parameter, which is going to be operation. So operation is going to be equal to a string, which is either edit or remove. So since I'm using this function to validate the input both in the edit task and the remove task function, I'm going to have to change this operation here to be the edit keyword or the remove keyword, right? So that I can change the, the input string right here, okay? So that's all this argument is. So in here, I'm going to ask for input. I'm going to say task number equals input, like so. This is going to be an f string, and it's going to say enter the number of the task you want to, and then operation. So operation is going to be either remove or edit, and this is you. Okay, and now I'm going to say valid, like this, equals false. So now I'm going to create a while loop, which is going to say while not valid. And in here, I'm going to put a try except clause. Now, don't worry about this. Let me just type it out and I'll explain. So int task number valid equals true. This is equals, not a 0. And except, I'm going to ask for a new input. So I'm going to say task number equals input. This is going to be please provide a valid task number, like so. So in case you're not familiar with the try except clause, I'm going to explain it right now. So first, the try is going to be entered, and the program is going to try to do whatever is inside of this clause without throwing any errors. If that happens, then it's just going to set number equal to task number converted to an integer and valid equal to true. Since valid is going to be true, this is not going to be true, and this is going to be exited, right? We're going to be exiting the while loop. Now, otherwise, it means that it threw an error. It means that the task number isn't convertible into an integer, and that's going to generate an error. So it's going to ask for a new task number. And we have a while loop here so that it keeps looping until we have a valid task number, which is convertible into an integer. So pretty straightforward. Now, we also have another problem, which is even though the task number might be convertible into an integer, it might not be a valid index of the all tasks list. So I'm going to add an if here. If not 0 is smaller than task number, which is smaller than the length of all tasks like so. Then I'm going to print here task not found, like so. And I'm going to ask for, actually, instead of asking for a new task number, I'm just going to call this function again. So valid task number with the all tasks and the operation like so. Now, otherwise, I'm just going to return the task number like so. So first we're checking, and this is not task number, this is number, sorry. So first we're going to check if the number, which is the task number converted into an integer, is between 0 and the length of all tasks. That's going to be the possible values that number can take, and this is actually smaller than or equal to. And if that happens, we're going to print task not found, right, because the number is not valid, and we're going to call this function again. So we're going to go back to the top, ask for a new task number, go over the while loop again to see if it is valid, go over the if and else's again, and so on. And otherwise, we're just going to return task number. So sorry, this has to be number again. I keep changing those up. So we're going to return number, and we're going to terminate this function. So this is all we need for our validation of the input. Now, in order to actually use this function, I'm going to go here to the edit task, and instead of this input, I'm going to say validate task number with the all tasks like so, and the operation is going to be edit. So when this function is called inside of the edit task, we're going to go up here, and it's going to say enter the number of the task you want to edit, and it's going to be just fine. And the second thing is going to be here in the remove task. Instead of this input right here, I'm going to say validate task number with the all tasks like so, and the operation is going to be removed. So let's see if this works. Let me pull this up and let me run this. So I'm going to say study. Let's add a new task, gem. And now let me remove a task. So if I input 100, it's going to say task not found and enter the number of the task you want to remove. If I enter minus 100, it's going to say task not found. It's going to ask me to input again. If I say hello, it's going to ask me to input again. If I say 1, then it's going to throw an error because, because I'm converting this to an integer twice when it is already an integer. So let me remove this. And in the added task here as well, we don't need to convert this into an integer anymore because this task number is already going to be an integer because I'm converting it up here like so. So let me run this. And let me say study. Let me remove a task. Let me say hello. This is going to ask for a new number, and if I say 1, okay, now this works, and I have no tasks as of now. Let me terminate the program. So everything is working correctly in this validate function. Now, in order to allow the user to add descriptions to the tasks, I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to create an empty dictionary, which is going to be called descriptions. This is going to work similarly to our tasks list, so it's going to be inputted into our functions, altered within them, and then returned back to us. The keys of these dictionary are going to be the tasks themselves, and the values are going to be the descriptions. So let me go down here to my operations section, and up here, I'm going to create a new function called add description. This is going to take in the task and the descriptions dictionary like so. Now in here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to say description equals an input from the user that says add a description like so. So this is going to store the description in this variable description right here. And now all I need to do is I need to set the key task in the descriptions dictionary to be equal to the description. So let's say descriptions at the key task is going to be the description. And now all I need to do is return the descriptions dictionary. Okay, so this is all we're going to need for our add description function. Now let's go down here to my add task function, and I'm going to pass in here the descriptions dictionary as an argument. And in here, I'm going to ask for a new description. So new descriptions, like so, is going to be add description with the new task as a key and the descriptions dictionary, like so. And in order for us to actually see the descriptions, I'm going to pass in here onto the display tasks function, the new descriptions dictionary, like so. And here in the add task, I need to pass in the descriptions. So let's actually allow the user to see the descriptions in the display tasks function. So let me go up here. I'm going to pass in first the descriptions, like so. And in here, where I'm displaying my tasks, I'm going to add a section here that's going to be the descriptions at the key task, like so. So this is going to get the key task from the descriptions dictionary and display it to the user. Perfect. Now let's allow the user to edit and remove the descriptions as well. So let's go down here to my edit task function. And in here, we're just going to use the add description with the new task and the descriptions dictionary. So up here, let me just pass in descriptions like so. And this is going to be, yeah, okay. So this is going to work just fine. And this, we need to pass in descriptions as well to display tasks. Now I'm going to do the same thing here for remove task. So descriptions. And this is going to work a little bit differently. So here I'm going to delete the key from the descriptions dictionary. So all I need to do is say del descriptions. And the key is going to be the all tasks list at the index task number -1. So this is going to get the element of the all tasks list at the index task number -1, so the actual task, and it's going to delete that key from the descriptions dictionary. Perfect. So I think we have all that we need. Now we just need to go up here to my new operation. And since our add task, edit task, and remove task functions are going to take in the descriptions dictionary, I also have to pass it in here. So descriptions like so, here as well, descriptions, and here as well, like so. And down here as well, because now new operation also takes this in. Okay, now I'm going to go to all of my functions. Sorry if this is a little bit messy, but I need to add here the descriptions here as well. So descriptions and descriptions, and here as well. So hopefully everything is working correctly now. Let's see if this works. Let me run this code. Okay, so add a task, let's say study, and add a description. Okay, let's say must get good grades, like so. And now it's going to say study must get good grades. So everything is working correctly. And let me just remove a task, so 1, and this is going to give me an error, list index out of range. Okay, so let's see what this is about. Okay, so the problem here was that I only had one element in my all tasks list. And here in my remove task, I first removed that element from the all tasks list. So now the all task is empty. So then when I go to the descriptions dictionary at that same task, it doesn't exist anymore because that index is no longer valid in my list. So all I need to do to fix this is grab this and paste it up here so that it removes the description first and then it removes the task itself. And while I'm at it, let me just go up here to my new operation, and right here I'm going to add here a \n, like so. And okay, so now our task manager should be complete. We've added everything we wanted. Let's just go over this to see if everything is working correctly and if we like the way it plays out. So let me say study. Let's add a description. Algebra is hard, like so. It's going to say algebra is hard. Let's add a new description. Let's say gym. Oops, I didn't add a description. I didn't mean to do that. So let's edit a task. Let's say number 2. Let's say gym again. The description is going to be get strong. And okay, we have first study, algebra is hard, and then gym gets strong. Let's remove task number 1, for example, and everything is working correctly. So now let's just terminate. Actually, let me remove another task. Let me say number 1, and now we have no tasks. So let me terminate this, and as you can see, everything is working correctly. So I hope this mini video series was helpful to you. I hope you learned a lot building this task manager with me. And if you followed along until now, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next project.